Film number 2 we're going to talk about today on the episode is The Kitchen. Released September the 20th, 2019, directed by Andrea Berloff. In this, we had Melissa McCarthy as Kathy Brennan, Tiffany Haddish as Ruby O'Carroll, Elisabeth Moss as Claire Walsh, and Domhnall Gleeson as Gabriel O'Malley. The wives of New York gangsters in Hell's Kitchen in the 1970s continue to operate their husbands' rackets after they are locked up in a prison.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Hey!
Giles, were you entertained?
No.
Amari, were you entertained?
Hell no.
Sorry, I just didn't get that in mind.
Hell no.
Okay. Kyle, were you entertained?
No.
I don't believe it.
We tanked.
Full house again. Was not entertained.
We're doing so well. We're doing so.
You know what? I think I can kick this one off with one line. The Irishman's coming out this year.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not really gonna go into this for too long.
I actually have a lot to say.
You haven't looked at. Okay, all right. I'll tell you what. Let me get what I was gonna say.
When I say
out.
lot to say, I mean like 4 minutes maximum. But that's including star rating. That's including star rating.
That's 3.5 minutes longer than anything I've got to say, isn't it?
Yeah, this was a disappointment. One thing that this film made me realise is that I really, really love crime films.
That are done properly.
Yeah, but all right, to give the film its justice, the cinematography of this was pretty decent. The first scene when it started, you've got the sort of New York skyline. Bro, I was right back. I was right back in the States.
Oh yeah, of course.
I was right back in the States. And
even
then,
though it's set in an era gone by.
but that as well, another thing that this film made me realise, one of the positives was that I love watching films that are set in the 70s, set in the 80s, looking at how life was different, looking at the shops, looking at the vehicles, looking at the fashion, the music. That was another good thing about this film. The soundtrack of this I thought was pretty good as well. Outside of that, yeah, bro, boys, I think it's time we enlist in some acting classes and make our way to Hollywood, because this film was boring, man. Very, very boring. Crime, drama, and there wasn't much crime. And there wasn't really any drama either. So, yeah, it just... Within half an hour, 40 minutes, I was just like, wow, I'm actually really not interested in this. Do you ever get that feeling when you're watching a film and you can feel yourself like, I'm trying to watch this. I'm really trying to get into this, but it's not doing it. I think the performances were, for me, what just killed this. And they weren't even that bad, but they were just so bog standard, so bland. The storyline as well was a bit poor. Nothing really happened, I felt, in this film. Shout out to Common, though. Common gets a bomb.
Nah, he doesn't get a bomb.
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
Why?
Because he should not even be associated with this.
He knows better.
Bad career choice.
He
Why
knows
do you say this? What are your reasons for this?
He does a lot of cameos, and
Yeah.
usually the cameos he does are all on point. Like, you're not saying, I'm not asking him to do a whole film. If I'm asking him to do 15 minutes, or like what he did in that film, like what he did in John Wick 2, legitimate cameo. Didn't say a lot of words, but I was like, all right, cool.
So what,
I'm not
what
cussing
killed
you. But when I
haven't
finished. When I saw him in Street Kings, I was like, legitimate cameo. Now when I watch him do this, this disrespect of a film.
Oh, it was all right, though. I mean, look, he didn't have much to say or
Hey,
do.
listen, I was
He
slapping
done
him
what he
with my
needed to
toe.
do.
I was slapping him with my pinky toe in his eye and say, you don't even deserve to go blind.
Was he not allowed to get a little pocket money as well? Nah?
His acting wasn't good enough to get pocket money. The film wasn't good enough to get
thought it
pocket
was
money. Hey, listen, yeah. Oh, I see Tiffany Haddish. I'm like, oh, she's supposed to be funny.
She's not funny.
Wait, I said she's supposed to be. I didn't say she was.
fuck's
Listen to
sake.
the words I'm using. Supposed to be.
But even Melissa McCarthy, I was very...
No.
but I was surprised to see her in this, because I
she was
like,
trying to act.
Right.
Yeah.
You did. So Melissa McCarthy, what's she known for?
Comedy.
What's Tiffany Haddish known for?
Comedy.
So this film is supposed to be a gangster film.
Yeah,
Gangster
man.
comedy.
Yeah, like,
you know what?
doesn't
It's supposed to be a don't be a menace kind of film. You know.
Well, there wasn't, but it should have
enough-
went that route of the comedy.
But there wasn't enough gangster shit, and there wasn't enough
But it's-
comedy.
but
This
it's
is
what-
Wait, there was
That's-
comedy.
That's what the problem was.
Well, exactly. And the joke is, this is another one of these films that I'm looking through my phone and I'm looking through my notebook and I've got fuck all to say about it. It's one of it's. Yeah,
Straight over.
Yeah. And
Waste
the thing
of
is,
life,
I don't want
man.
to sound like a sexist or misogynist, but
The Irishman's out. The Irishman's out this year.
Should they have stayed in the kitchen? Like it's ridiculous.
Mad.
It's ridiculous.
No, it was poor. It was very, very poor.
Like I get why they kind of made this film, but
Why did they make this
No,
film?
they-
I don't get why they made this film.
No.
Why do you think they made this film, G?
Honestly,
Because and that's what I'm saying. For me, it's
the
like
feminists?
Women empowerment.
You reckon?
Yeah. What do you mean?
Not afraid to say so.
And you know what made me confused? Because I thought this was a real film. I thought it was like a real story. So after I watched the film,
no, this could no.
no, wait,
no,
let me
no.
finish. Because I thought,
No,
you're.
I thought the same.
I
thought as well.
Yeah, because I thought you're not going to make a film that
yes.
doesn't make no sense in terms of, and
exactly.
I'm missing the storyline. It's not a storyline I've heard
Yeah.
before. So I was like, oh, maybe it's a true story. So I was like, went
Listen,
on Google.
if you want to do,
and I was like,
for me,
this is not.
for me, if you want to do like a historical film about women empowerment when women are taking the place of doing stuff that men have done, you should have just done something on World War II.
Yeah.
So when the men were away fighting wherever it was,
Yeah.
you could have done
Setting
that.
up shop,
Yeah,
defences.
exactly.
No,
you know,
you're right.
Doing all the jobs that traditionally men would like that would have been much better, more credible.
But to say that though, like the premise of this film, for me, I thought was good. It was different, and when something's different, straight away I'm interested. You're doing something. You're telling a story that we've seen, or it's got that theme that we are all fond of. What are you gonna do that's different, bruv? There was nothing. There was
No, there was a difference. The woman hitman, because I thought her aspects of her role, of her performance, was okay.
I agree with that.
Was okay.
I agree with that.
But she had no lines, and if you ask me what her name was, I won't tell you because I don't know.
bruv. And then outside of that, no, because I agree with you, because her character out of all of them,
Her character was interesting.
was the most
because
interesting.
it's the way that was character development for her.
And then her exit from the film.
the killer one.
Yeah, the killer one. Her
The
exit was so annoying.
Was so random.
Because Margo didn't want to kill the boy that you knew runs with the. I was like, what?
It was a myth. It was a myth. I was watching this and I just thought, as I say, 45 minutes in, I just got so confused as to what's actually when your brain, because you're watching a film, like I'm watching a film, I'm reading, I'm taking in, I'm soaking up, I'm thinking, I'm trying to work things out. But they didn't do enough to buy me and then make me invest into the film, and then they just started doing random stuff. Like Haddish's turn was just a joke.
No. The thing is, you saw it coming.
I didn't.
No, because I saw it because I was like, I'm not gonna lie. In those times, you're not famous, so I don't know why you're with a white person. So there's something wrong here. So that's I was like,
You clocked on to that.
that's what I'm
from
saying.
early.
Say it again.
If she's not back in those days, like
Yeah.
70s, 80s, if you're black and you're with a white person,
Oh, so the interracial,
you're famous. You're famous.
Their relationship, their marriage, even didn't make any sense.
You're not gonna deal with someone out of your race.
It made no sense.
There's no unless you have a hidden agenda. There's
Yeah.
no other reason.
made no sense.
You're smart. I just took it for what it was.
It was so juxtaposed against everything else. It
Like,
didn't make
no
any sense.
Yeah.
Because no one respected her, but she was friends.
But for some reason, she didn't really love this guy, but she was still with him.
Well, to be fair, I mean, speaking of that, was it his mum? Was that the mum?
No. Oh, I don't know.
The mum gets the bomb.
Oh, the one that was
The older lady.
And the way she got killed for her death. That was my favorite scene.
We'll take that down. Yeah, I'll say that as well. We'll get them out early. We'll get them out early.
You stupid woman. How do you think it's opening a mud house?
No, it was. The restaurant's not open. Whatever she's. Yeah, that was my favourite scene. We might as well get the favourite scenes out.
There's favourite scenes in this? Carl, do you have a favourite scene in this?
No.
The worst thing is, I don't think Carl's even spoken because he wants to get it done.
This is what I'm saying. Let's just get to the
No,
story.
it was just confusing. Man. Yeah. It was a really confusing film.
Now, do you know what? I know why Carl's not talking, because he's literally just sitting there, and I'm looking at his notes, and he's just got it in massive letters. He just got one word.
Rubbish.
Kyle, am I lying?
No, I've got, the big capitals I've got is about that twist.
What did you think of it?
Oh, at the end.
That's one of the worst things I've seen.
When they started working against each other?
What, in the shop?
Haddish.
No,
We talk about
Haddish.
Oh,
yeah.
Was that necessary?
Where did that come
She's working with Common.
What?
Yeah.
But that wasn't a twist.
No, that was a twist.
It was a twist.
It was a twist.
But did you see it?
I didn't see it coming.
I didn't
All film
see
he's
it.
been pursuing her. All of a sudden now he's working with her.
I told you
Yeah.
the film was so bad, that story. I told you.
For the benefit of the listener, Carl has got his head in his palm and he's just stressed.
And you know when he's in that position, it's peak because Carl's always got something very articulate and very smart to say. So when a man doesn't know what to
but
say,
I don't understand how you don't thought it was a twist. You know, I don't usually see twists. I usually get confused and I'm like, oh, what's going on? This is one of those times where I knew what was going on, and that's a bad thing that I know what's going on because I'm always blind with blinkers.
Yeah,
but I was like, nah, something's not right.
Should I tell you why?
Why?
Because I don't typically expect this style of film to have a twist. This wasn't a thriller. This was
It
just
didn't
a
need
drama.
to have a twist.
Exactly.
I agree
So
with
that's
you.
why my capital letter say really, because it was like, why is this happening?
Is there a question mark? After
Yeah.
that? Just checking. Really?
Yeah, I was just this film was just bad. It was just bad. They didn't develop of any of the characters.
No, they did. Respect the girl. Respect the assassin.
No, I don't even respect that because all of a sudden she's a killer.
No, she went through a bit of
abused,
training.
she went through a few things.
Yeah, she
I
went through
don't
a
know.
bit of training.
It was the way how she was being abused, and then the next scene she was just this boss.
All of them.
Yeah,
all of them.
All their husbands went down.
All of them, but particularly her, because she was so passive. How do you turn from that passive person into this?
Here we go. Look, so
the boyfriend was a hitman, isn't it?
They went from broke to gangsters in about 45 seconds. But it was.
No, it was bad.
You know,
It was.
Another funny conversation that took place was when
There was funny conversation.
Oh no, I didn't say it was good. I said I find it funny.
Oh, okay.
It was when McCarthy's husband came out of jail.
McCartney.
Whatever her name is.
McCarthy.
No, she don't get her name.
McCartney's who Carl eats.
No, she don't get for this film. She loses she loses her name. She's lost her name for this film.
Yeah, it's true because she wasn't her actual.
We're back to renaming people. I missed that. We haven't done it since episode 6.
McCartney's there with her husband and having a conversation. He's like, "Do you know how hard it is for me to watch you be a boss?" And then the conversation's like, "I'm gonna kill him." And I was like,
But that's what I'm saying. We need to make our way to Hollywood, you know. On that subject, on that subject, I think I wrote as well. I don't give a monkeys about Jimmy or his kids. But the whole listen,
Even those gangsters,
no, but
so stereotypical,
ridiculous.
so generic.
A lot of overacting dialogue.
no,
a lot of overacting.
was the leader.
Yeah,
the son who got killed by the assassin.
Yeah,
It was horrible when they went to ask him for money.
yeah.
One guy that I did like though was Alfonso Coretti. I liked him.
Is he the Italian boss?
Yeah, he was the Italian boss.
No, I didn't like because it was generic for me. It was typical. All right, this is the Italian guy. These are the lines he's gonna say. It was just typical.
No,
there
but
was
did you
nothing
not?
there.
Did you not get a bit? Because I got a bit of comedy from him. So he was quite like he was intimidating, but had a smile in his face. And he was a bit cocky with it. So when they sat down, and obviously they was out of their depth, and then he's gone. They're having a back and forth, and they said something like, "Oh well, we killed the Jewish guy," and I think he turned around and said, if we have a dick measuring contest, I'm gonna win.
Yeah, I wrote
obviously,
that down.
Yeah, because obviously he's the big boss in it. I kind of got that bravado.
No,
I
I liked that line, but that was it. But
Right, I'm trying to-
outside of that, do you know the only thing I did like, which I can't
The
think
only
of in
thing.
any film, is seeing a Jewish gangster proper in the
you
full
talking about the one?
Jewish attire.
You talking about the one in the shop when they tried to hustle him and he was like he weren't having it.
Yeah, I've never really seen that in film.
True.
A Jewish gangster, and then that started making you
Is it
think
Meyer Lansky a Jewish gangster?
he is, but he doesn't wear the full
I hear what you
Jewish
mean, like a
get
full-
up.
yeah.
And that made me think.
Orthodox Jew.
Yeah, like.
But that's what
There's a conspiracy in Hollywood.
Yeah, I mean, me and Amari have done our favourite scenes. Giles, Carl, what were yours? Or most memorable, if you haven't got favourite ones?
No.
Wow.
Nothing.
No.
Now you got to pick something. Those are the rules.
That's
do I
it.
need to
Memorable.
What's the one thing? What about the bathtub? I thought that was quite.
when they were chopping up the body.
Oh,
yeah,
what
we'll go with that.
teaching?
Carl, what about you?
I was like, I don't
That
care.
was easy. Yeah, the fact that she
What learning?
yeah,
Learning
it was
arts and crafts.
It was
Arts and
more
crafts.
this innocent, like shy, diminutive.
And she's like, how do you
figure
stab?
To
How do you
now
stab?
she's proper on hacking up bodies in bathtubs.
and it was
casual.
it was
Cash.
the description from I think his captain was Gabriel O'Malley, the hitman that came
Yeah.
back. It was the way that he was talking about it. Like, I don't know about you, man. Whenever you're in these films, you hear about what, like, 'cause, I mean, I always think you watch documentaries, you think, well, how did they actually chop up a body? Or how did they do this and that? So when you get a character who's actually going, right, you do this.
This is what you need to do
cut
in
that-
this order. Do it like this.
I've got-
Don't do
yeah.
that because that
cut
released
through
that
this
artery,
cartilage and
that-
I'm a bit gruesome. Like, I like that kind of shit. So when he was actually going in, he was like, "No, use the strong knife," because I liked that. So
Yeah. We'll go with a bathtub.
Yeah, I'll give you a scene.
That's fine. That's fine. Listen, when I haven't got notes on anything, you need to give me.
that's not a problem. I've got the ammunition. Kyle, most memorable.
I'm gonna go with what you lot said.
Which one?
No, but that was no.
Giles one of me.
Her pushing the mum down the stairs. That was actually funny.
It was funny.
That was
though.
actually
Like,
funny.
It was.
No, it was the way she said, "It's closed,
I
you
know.
idiot."
Idiot. It was
And then rolled up to the funeral. We're like, "Oh, I don't know how she died." And everyone was
clothing.
like, "We know how you died. You killed her."
In bright clothing.
in bright clothing at the
Didn't
funeral.
care.
Star ratings.
Have I not wanted to hear that, Bell?
Wait,
who's gonna-
how long is this segment? Because it's actually
There's nothing else to say.
There isn't anything else.
There's
to say.
so many better films to watch.
Wait. Is anybody gonna give it more than 1 star? All right, that's it. 1 star. Do the thing. Done.
Wow. First time ever.
I've got a rating. I've got a.
Oh, you got a
you-
rating.
Yeah.
Go on.
It is 1 star.
He doesn't understand. I don't
You know what? There's always one in it. You'll be like, right, we're going to do this. Wait.
No, we're going to do it properly.
Wait.
If we're going to do it, we're going to do it properly.
Wait.
Yeah, but we're all saying 1 star. No, do it
We
properly.
need to
And then
say,
you're like,
Carl, go on.
give
What's
our
your
reasons
rating?
why.
1 star. Look, he's nodding because he knows.
Yes. We still need to give the reasons why.
No, we don't.
Let him have his reasons.
Well,
Let
do
him
you
have
know
his
what? You're the
reasons.
only one that's going to give reasons because
It's true.
I'm just going to piggyback off you.
yeah, blatantly.
Alright.
Yeah, you say you did the fire, and we'll be like, yes.
All right, cool.
Burn,
So-
burn.
This film was an absolute shambles. Let's start with the acting. Poor performances from all 3 leads. However, Tiffany Haddish was the worst.
By far.
All she did was scowl throughout the entire movie. And now she is officially on watch.
Oh.
Oh, no,
Nah, see, I'm going to stop you there. I'm
she's
going to
on
stop
watch.
you there.
she was on watch before this.
She was
Nah.
never off watch.
No.
She was never. What was she? What did she do? That was good.
I gave her a
From
play. I
what
gave her a
film? What
play.
film have you watched?
On
That you've
what?
been? What film?
The first film that I saw
What
in
film was that?
girls trip.
Nah.
No?
Cole,
Nah.
she's
I
playing.
didn't
find that funny.
Tiffany Haddish strikes me as someone who is acting even when she's not acting. Like she's just being herself. She's not.
She is, but there's other comedians that get away with that.
Yeah, but
So-
she's now getting away with it.
No, but now she's not getting away with it.
Well, no. Well, yeah. Now
Whoa.
everyone's
This was her first
No.
foray into actual acting, and it was bad.
Yeah, all 3 of it, as you say, the leads, terrible.
It was bad.
Not one good performance in this film.
And again, like
You tried to give Common a good performance. I don't know what you.
No, I didn't say you're the good performers. I said I'd give him a pat for being in the film, getting some money. He done the job that he was.
whoa, hold
Wait, you're getting ratings for getting pocket money.
It's common.
You're
Hold
getting
on.
ratings for putting
It's
pocket
common.
money.
Common's
No,
allowed.
We've
no.
sat here
Common is
and
allowed.
you have had a go at man like Idris Elba, and you said greed.
Yep.
You said greed.
Yep.
And
And
Common's
now you're
doing
saying
same
Yeah.
thing.
Common.
I'll explain why.
Nah, you missed the
Please tell
film
me.
that he was good in, where he done a cameo.
Smoking Aces.
Nah, The Informer.
film. Ah,
Haven't seen it.
yes,
haven't
which
seen
Which
it.
didn't watch
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
But that
But
was a
that
very
herein lies
serious
my
film.
point. There are more good. Common has given us.
There are better.
Yeah,
You was going to say more good.
I was. But then I stopped. But then I went back. I remembered that I'm sitting next to an English teacher. No, Common has given us a lot of good performances and good cameos,
Right.
as you mentioned, as we've just mentioned
Right.
there. Therefore, yes, he didn't have an amazing performance in this film, but I personally felt that the job he did, anyone could have done, but he did it well. That's all I was saying.
Is that to say because
Everybody else was so
the work
bad.
was so bad from
They
the
look
maybe.
good.
But hey, listen, a win's a win. And if everyone else is flopping and they're making you look good doing
Yeah, I
something, you're not
suppose.
doing
I
that
know,
great.
but- get
The
that.
issue is not necessarily with his performance, is that he chose to be in this film.
Yeah.
Deliberately.
That's
You've got
poor.
to be.
that's
no,
true.
I
No,
mean,
you have to
wait,
take
wait,
responsibility.
oh,
You're
wait,
right.
wait.
As an
You
actor,
have to
you've
take
got to be. You're going to
responsibility.
get sent
Okay,
scripts.
wait.
You know,
See, you're right, but you know what I realized? The script's actually good.
is it?
No. Okay, put it like this: I don't think I've ever seen a film where there's 3 lead women being crime bosses, And
not doing any crime.
No, but okay, that part, is a great patch. But I mean, if you've got the flesh script, the bone skeletons, you've got 3 lead bosses. There's a twist that you're sleeping with one of the bosses, and that you lot are trying to take power for being criminal and stuff. That, in theory, that's like interesting.
The seeds were there.
Theory, yeah.
In
The
theory,
seeds were there.
Yeah, but when you got the script now, you need to be sick, or you have to have other arrangements.
This film is put into the action, crime, drama.
But no comedy. It should be comedy because it's so bad. It should be comedy.
No action.
Yeah, it's comedy.
There was no, and like you said this already, there was no action. You said there was no crime, no drama, no comedy. There was no action as well. You can add that to the list. Like
It literally was just. Have you got the running time there?
It wasn't even that long. It was only about
It weren't that
93
long.
minutes.
Well, let's say it was just 93 minutes
it felt
of
long.
nothing. But anyway, Carl, sorry to interrupt your wrap up.
Yeah, the plot was rushed and ridiculous and
102
unnecessary.
minutes, sorry.
Twist at the end has to be one of the worst I've seen in films.
Agreed.
Tone was all over the place. I didn't have a clue whether I was meant to be laughing or taking it seriously. The music, they couldn't even get that right. It hit an
Arguable.
all-time low
Arguable.
when the credits rolled at the end.
Oh, right. No.
What theme tune
I'm
did
not
they
having
play?
that. I'm not having that. No, I'm
They
not having
played
that. The chain.
Top Gear
Yeah,
theme
the
tune.
chain. Fleetwood Mac. The chain. That's a bruv.
No,
How did it fit with the film?
exactly. The Top Gear theme tune.
Yeah, but how did it fit? Listen, Mr. DJ.
No. That track, regardless of how it fits with the film, it's a track. No,
but how
it's
does
a
it fit with
tune.
the film?
Forget the film. The
You
credits are
can't-
rolling.
You
The
can't-
credits are rolling.
No. You can't.
If you're gonna
I'm
leave-
with Carl on that. You can't just put a good piece of music to a shit film and expect that makes it better because it's a good piece of music.
Exactly.
I didn't say it makes it better. I just said he put
how
some
does it
respect on
fit?
that track.
No,
it's
no,
not all I'm
no,
saying.
we're not saying-
we're not saying
that.
the track's bad. We're saying the track's a banging track.
you make
But
continue?
we're saying, but why? Carl, you're not asking why.
Yes.
Why?
Why would they play
Why
the
have you
Top
done
Gear
that? Why have you
theme
done that?
tune?
Why have you done that?
At the end credits.
Why have you
Top
done
Gear
that?
theme tune.
Living in the net.
That was ridiculous.
No.
Hey, anyway,
Okay. On a side note,
on that bombshell, 1 star.
On a side, yeah, exactly.
So like
On
we
a
said,
side note, you're putting together our trip of the video of our trip.
Yeah.
Okay. You can't be putting, and we spoke about this literally yesterday.
Yeah.
You was like, send. I can't be sending. You can't be putting in random tunes just because they sound good. It's got to be relevant to what we're watching.
True.
Yes.
There was no
I could
relevance.
see- Yeah, I could see relevance. That bit that he's talking about, it's got that sort of, it gives that sort of go feel. It's kind of like
No.
movement and a bit of excitement.
The only
And
relevance,
I get that. I get
The
that.
only relevance that I can see, and this is at a push. I'm reaching here. So they used the Top Gear music because Top Gear got taken off TV and the film finished. So that's about the only connection I can see. Yeah,
You know, he's got to piece together.
yeah. Like I'm trying to see it exactly.
Okay, then. So we're giving The Kitchen a TMRG star rating of 1 star. Any questions on that, Giles?
No,
or?
I'm just doing a little kind of nosing around, about budgets. Yeah, bit budgets and stuff.
Yeah, what was the budget
The
for
budget
this?
for this was 38 million.
that sounds a lot.
Wow.
Who
That is
sanctioned
high.
that?
You know, I told
Yeah.
you.
Who
I told you.
sanctioned
The skeleton sounds good. The
has sanctioned
I
that?
told you the skeleton of the film sounds good. So
But
you see
even more crazy.
It must be the set pieces.
Even more crazy. So the opening US box office was 5.5 mil. Yeah.
that's
The
mad.
gross for the USA market was 12.1 mil.
So wait, are you saying?
Time finished. The cumulative worldwide.
no.
gross-
We're back on the cumulative.
Hold on. So bearing in mind, so we've gone. It cost estimated 38. Yeah, it made 5.5 in the first weekend. Across America, 12.
That's mad though.
Cumulative
12.
worldwide, 15.8.
So he made 3 million worldwide.
Nah, that's a lot.
That's
peak.
saying a lot. You know what?
That's saying a lot.
Listen, man went to the office on Monday and certain desks were cleared.
Getting sacked in the morning. Sacked in the morning.
You know what?
that is
I
bad.
fully
We're talking
believe
about bad business decisions.
this is a comparison of the Mummy.
Yeah, this is.
Ooh, is it in? Is it?
It's in the
It's
dot
in the
category.
vault.
No. I don't think it is.
I don't agree with your rating of the Mummy.
Okay.
Are we?
No,
killing-
Mummy's out on its own.
Are we killing off the kitchen? Is the kitchen officially dead?
Listen,
It's done.
It's in the category.
the kitchen's in the wheelie bin outside, mate. That's where the
gosh.
kitchen
Not
is.
even the recycled version either.
Those movie review guys.
Subscribe to the podcast and stream full episodes on all major platforms.